and we're going to be talking about the eclipse season project and what that means to all of us, what we would be going through energy wise, what we're going and experiencing through now. It's kind of like mind versus body is what we really need to start getting into, the difference of what is our mind and what is our body, so we can kind of understand what the intuition message is. This is about aligning yourself, not just with your soul, but just like understanding what's the difference of my mind, what's the difference of my body. My physical body and my mind are in one suit, and now how are we dividing up what is mind, what is body? Right now, as a collective, we are all going through the motions of what COVID has done as a pandemic. So we're feeling this all in different coping mechanisms, not knowing where to go. A lot of people are telling me the same thing, even I agree, is that we are killing all these traumas that have been passed down to us, but now we don't know how to deal with it because we're not looking to alcohol, we're not looking to drugs, we're not looking to medicinal reasons to escape. We're actually looking within to try to escape and do it the right way, but it's like you're finding nowhere and you don't want to be under, like, we're all going through it. I just want that to be very clear. We're all going through the same thing. It's just different, but it's the same intensity vibration that we're all carrying with us right now, and finding a way to cope when crisis is hitting you, and then finding a way to understand that, like, what is going on, how it's going on, and then why is it going on, or how can I, change it. If you can't change it, how do you cope? And that's ultimately what it's coming down to, is like, we have not lost faith, we have not lost hope. We are just losing a part of ourselves that is like, okay, I'm not gonna drink my worries away because that didn't do anything for, this person, and I know how this plays out. We're very intelligent beings. We're even more intelligent than we even let other people know. So it's like we are going into a revolution right now of becoming higher excelled understanding beings. We are coming from intellect. We're also coming, as Americans, we are the most multi-diverse culture land, and we're going into a lot of energy that is constantly being brought up because we're not coexisting now with all of our neighbors who are different cultures as well. Like, learn your neighbor, learn your land. Basically, we're going to be getting into reading of the planets. We're going to tell you guys a little bit about, I'm waiting for Beth to come on. Let me see. This pulls up. Hi, Melissa. It says adding. So Beth should be joining us. There we go. It says adding. Hi. Why? It said that I invited you already. Why is it not? There is already a guest in this broadcast. Beth, are you having? We might be having. Oh, Mercury. Is it your service? Are you not getting it? Because it keeps saying adding. Today is about Mercury as well as the eclipse. Let me try again. It says there's already. Yes, Monica, for sure. We're all feeling it. It's just that we don't have the words, we don't have the understanding vocabulary. We don't even know the process that we're heading into. Yeah, Beth, try again. We don't even understand like what just happened. It took a whole year out of our lives, and now we're we see the future differently, don't we? So now we're understanding a different piece of ourselves is actually in the past. Like even the dreams of the future are in the past. So it's like where do we go now? What are we processing here? And we're doing it all alone and nobody's talking about it. So, you know, me, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, I need to talk about this. Why do we feel this way? I always need to know. I'm very inquisitive. But also I am trying to understand my own emotions too, like going through it. We're not perfect, obviously, but like at least if we can understand ourselves, we get a lot more. I'm trying to add Beth again. Okay, great stuff. This is the eclipse. Welcome to eclipse season. You could plan it all and it's not going to happen. Yes, Monica, we're all feeling you're not alone. You're not alone. We are, it's almost like a defeat, like of giving up. Like, how do we do this? It's like I'm even asking, you know, my coworkers, like, how am I supposed to deal with this? Like, I don't like feeling like this. I know what my body needs. I know what my mind needs, a vacation for sure. But it's like the reality of all this other physicalness is coming in. And it's like that for all of us because um, we've been consumed with our thoughts and our fears for so long. And now it's like, how do we sit here and think about the future as well? So I've dedicated my futuristic thinking towards kids because I'm like, you know what, they're the ones who are going to have to take on this world without us when one day. So I'm going to try doing stuff for the kids. I'm going to, I don't know where to start, but it's going to be like emotional support in classes as far as like how this pandemic has really affected them. Um, Knowing their social anxiety that's going to come out of this as well. Um, yep. I'm going to talk about the lunar eclipse, Beth. So I'm going to try to keep adding you, but I did want to talk about it. Um, Maybe, I don't know, Beth, we're going to have to try making you live after this. Maybe after I just put in what I have to say, and then we'll go to live on astrology notes or something. I don't know. Let me know, Beth. We have to act quick. Okay. So, you guys, I'm going to read my interpretation of the planets, and I'm going to have the setting go as I had put out a video about what the eclipse project is. We gave you a whole bunch of mantras and I keep wanting to say interceptions. They're basically interceptions. They are intentions that you use before bed um, to kind of like start your night into your day. And as you're on your quest and your journey, they're kind of like words and vocabulary that will help this energy uh, come into you without you needing to like, you know, search for the words that you're looking for almost. So intuitively pick them. Um, and even the mantras are like, some of them are pretty long, but I'm going to read to you why they are what they are, basically. Um, because a lot of it came from the reading that we're doing as far as understanding why are we feeling this way or how are we feeling. So I gave us a little bit of vocabulary and a little sonnet of my planet's interpretations. And I have that the sun, I am feeling trapped by all of the clarity of my alignment. The moon is the enlightenment that feels like we need to take quick actions with moderation and harmony in mind, to keep it in mind. My manifested thoughts and receiving of love and partnerships are finally aligning, but are these my old friends, or are they becoming my new friends through this journey and forgetting about the past with the old and becoming new friendships? My defense is Mars in Cancer is my defensive nature is actually celebrating with this momentum, taking in the moment as it is. I always compare Mars to the nurse or the medic that's on the war field. So you're a warrior, you still need to be protected, but you are actually healing. And that's kind of what like a Mars Cancer feels like, as Bar is a warrior set. Jupiter in Pisces is the change of cycles that we have been walking away from old dreams. So that was kind of like we are revisiting again something that we thought we took care of. Say we were 18 and we thought we had our whole life planned out, and we're trying to go through the stages that, you know, were set for us, basically, like, oh, A, B, C, D works for everybody, so it'll work for you, and it's not working for you. And now through COVID, it's not working for anybody, right? So now we are looking to change directions, and in a way that we're doing it, we're actually going to be doing it in a way that is going to be going away from the old traditions and into the new, and bringing the new to become the traditions. So I'll try again. Maybe. It says adding. It just says adding. I'll keep trying. And then I also have Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. My completion is for the cleansing of my hope with difficulties moving on. So this is about our completion. What completes us? What is our achievements? What are we looking to achieve? What are our achievements? Why even do we need to look to achieve is even the better question here, right? Because we are already finding difficulties moving on from the past that we're moving on to the forward now, and we're like, that was a year of my life that I'm now at, like, you know, a new feeling of how do I go on from here, basically. We know we're not intellectually, emotionally, you know, we know who we are. We know who we are. Now we're learning, what are we able to do now from where that last year has taken us emotionally, and how do we uplift that for the rest? With Uranus and Taurus, it's a new journey with generosity and sharing, respecting all cultures and all teachers. So again, that goes back to what land do we live on? Is it ours? No. How did we get here? Family. What traumas are we carrying? What traumas do we still carry in our DNA? We are still carrying a lot of it, so we need to purge. And because of that, we also need to submerge and ask people what are their differences, and understand their differences, and understand it with an open mind versus the closed mind that you're trained to just be like, okay, this is my focus. No, this is your focus now. This is your focus now. We're not doing this anymore. We do this when we don't need to be a part of it. You need to, like, blinders are off, now they're on. And you kind of really need to submerge yourself in other cultures and understandings of why there are sensitivities and so on and so forth. And this is an actual reading from the planet's energy. So for Neptune and Pisces, I am shifting my perspective of my dreams to happiness and in fulfillment. I'm going to try again, Beth. Oh, maybe she logged off to log back on. She might be logging back on. I am shifting my perspective of my dreams to the happiness and fulfillment. So again, this is going to be coming with dreams, our hopes and dreams, right? We do need to set an illusional state for ourselves if we want to, in theory, continue with a better version of what the future can be. So when you start out with, I'm on this level, I'm never going to get to this level, in mind, you're keeping in your mind that you'll never get there. So what you're going to learn throughout this journey is kind of how to push yourself out. We're doing like a self-soothing type of a push yourself out. We're shifting our direction to believe beyond the belief, basically. Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn is about the judgments empowering us to the greed, the material gains, controlling behavior. It will all be sabotaged. So we're not looking at money the same. And I don't even like talking about money because it gives static to my energy. The fact of the matter is that it is something that we're all going through, regardless of what pedestal we think we're on making wise. Oh, thank you. Beth, I'm gonna keep trying. I keep trying. It keeps saying adding, and then lost connection. I'm gonna keep trying though. And then I'm gonna read about the lunar eclipse some more with Beth. I'm gonna end this one here because I did want. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Beth. I'm still trying to find her. Okay, Beth, I'm trying this. Okay, so we do have a little bit of interference going on. We are going to be going over a lot more station as far as more intuitive readings go, is that we are becoming very self-aware of our anxiety and our worry, and we need to be persistent and more self-reliant. And that is something that came in through this eclipse, through the charts that we are interpreting for you guys. So we did Chicago and Plattsburgh, and that's pretty much like Midwest and East. I was gonna say East Coast. So it's about, I feel, the spirit strategy, and we are not expanding in the soul strategy at this moment, and it's not the way that we want to, nonetheless. The clarity of mind strategy is at odds with awakening of the spirit strategy. I feel I am in harmony with Chiron, the wounded healer, and we cannot foresee the rapid body stamina we need to change just yet. We are not moving forward and in motions towards the mind stamina building as a collective and need to find achievements. And we cannot foresee the actions of support and nurturing that we need. We are at odds with our mind strategy towards lovers, alignments, and dealing with our dreams versus logical reality. We're opposing Mercury, meaning that our mind strategy is versus the spirit strategy, and we cannot see the suppression of Lilith in the body stamina, our physical energy. The empowerment of the body is starting and is being held off. So we need to look into wellness, body, mind, soul, and spirit alignment, and understand the differences between each. So this little project that we put together is basically so you guys can find coping mechanisms and ways to cope, whether it be 5 minutes, 2 hours, or whatever, minute in the car, and you're just like, okay, I have my coffee, got my keys, got my wallet, I'm about to drive, let me do my mantra, something like that type of a deal. We have that we're filling up with charm, but we're filling ourselves up with how to cope with the truth. Okay. We are filling ourselves up with that hope and faith and everything like this. We're filling up our cups. We just don't know where to find where to cope when it is time that the filling of the cup has come, where we're realizing, okay, now what do I do? We are inwardly looking about, stop criticizing yourself, stop criticizing others, be your own, be on your own, as far as like your own mind and your own body. Like, this is what you are in control of. Sometimes it's not even something you feel like you're in control of, and we're going to teach you the difference between both as well. Shadow work is going to be involved. So we have shadow versus the resources of what to do next. So we're going to give you some resources as well as what to do next when you're going through the emotions as they are going to go through you. Energetically, you're going to find yourself just coming back to be like, oh, wait. Whoa. They were talking about something real, and that was real, and this is real. So we want you guys to know you're not feeling this way alone. We're all feeling this way. And then we have the 8th house being the Knight of Cups, which is about us stop faking being okay. Stop faking it. We're not okay. Let's deal with it. Let's cope with it. Let's do it together. Let's not do it by ourselves. Just because we have to do the hard stuff by ourselves doesn't mean we have to do it all by ourselves. We're going to learn coping mechanisms and how to enlighten our soul, spirit, body, and mind, but also keeping into your daily work life or your daily life, and how you can add time in for yourself. There's a lot of things like a guided meditation can help you with, but also a guided meditation journal, or something that you have asked yourself a million times and you're just like, you know what, today I'm going to ask the universe, what is it that I need to look at? We sent a whole bunch of intentions again, if you could look through them. We also wanted to talk about how to read your chart, which I'm going to try talking to Beth about and somehow filming it and carrying it over throughout the process on the next couple days, so you could kind of see where the sun and the moon are in your charts. Because the other thing I wanted to point out was during this eclipse season, I know this is probably horrible to show you, but like, here's the moon during the eclipse, and then the moon is going to be traveling this way. Now, as you can see, these are all the planets that it comes into contact with. The moon is not, we are lacking in some areas. So we do need to talk about those areas that we're lacking in, because we're going to see the whole perspective. And it's really energetic to know these things, because when you're already at your low, you have nothing but hope. And a lot of that is because you know that this is not the end type of a feel, okay? You know in your blood it's not the end. This is just the beginning. It's just really crappy beginning. So we're doing the cycles of life. Yeah, I know, Beth. I am going to end this. Instagram is working on live. Okay, so we're going to record it on Instagram, and then we'll come back tonight with it. How does that sound?
I'm going to be going over the Sagittarius lunar eclipse as soon as Danny can join me. Our total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So we're all into astrology. You know that lunar eclipse, we are a full moon this time. So the Sagittarius moon is at 5 degrees and 29 minutes. And the sun is at 5 degrees of Gemini. So we've been having all sorts of glitches with going live, and tried to go on Facebook, and Facebook completely changed today. So it's not letting me go live there. So I'm going to try and go live here. So I am basically putting out my interpretation of the energies of the planets today. And I believe Danny is going to record for me. But one way or the other, I'm getting this done. Just wait a few minutes. Hey, there she is.
Hello.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The stress. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we made it. I don't know why Facebook is doing that.
I just feel like that's just the energy I feel like we're already working with.
Testing patience.
Yes, testing your strategy and your patience and the coping mechanisms that you have that no longer work. I feel a lot of this energy has to do with just like giving up on what you originally thought you can work with to cope, and now you're not coping the same way that you're supposed to be coping.
Yeah.
It
So
costs a
like
little
that
bit.
reminds me, um, so I have a Gemini and he gets everything, every little detail, like Virgo moon, gets every little detail and plan worked out in his head, and it doesn't go to plan. He gets all stressed out, freaked out, and has a meltdown. And it's like, I think to myself, I'm like, well, life doesn't always go according to plan.
Yeah.
You have to
Like,
figure it
sorry. I always
out.
call Geminis the secret control freaks. They're secret. They're undercover. They don't know. They're not even known for it, but they are. They are control freaks, whether we like to admit it or not. They need to admit it themselves. We know it. It's not a secret anymore. No longer a secret. We have the interpretations, and we have David's chart that we wanted to get into. I hope he could somehow get this because we did a secret project.
Yeah. How do we tag the Leo King in this?
Yeah, I want to tag the Leo King in this so we can kind of describe to him, other people looking at his chart, what that looks like. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah. I hope he does get this because we put a lot of time and effort into it, and he knows his chart. Sure. It's not like, it's just like when you get the interpretation through others' eyes, you get a broader perspective, and that's what we're really hoping for him. We both haven't really watched any of his videos in the last 2 months because we're trying to, use everything that we have. It's really hard not to follow someone that you're like close to following. But we really wanted the energy to be like, we're not updated on him. And it's funny how Mercury works because you still get like messages in and people are like, oh, hey, I know you listen to him. This is what, is going on in his lives or whatever right now. And then you're like, wait, I wasn't even supposed to like purposely do this. And then here it is. Yeah. So did you want to get into his messages? And then I feel like the only thing I did was read basically what the planets are really talking to us about and what we really need to look into. The lunar eclipse is about endings with new beginnings, finding alignments in partnerships and manifesting, finding clarity to the alignment. We are feeling trapped. We are feeling isolated, but we're also looking at harmony and balance. You need to look at harmony and balance in two different ways now. It's not harmony and balance, it's harmony or balance. Like you cannot have both at this time. And then you're really looking into your purpose. So there's confusions with the wound healing, understanding how are we healing, how can we heal ourselves. We have Chiron and Aries. It's really about ourself that we should be working on. And then our comfort is delays with the wound healing. There's a lot of awakenings that are happening during this time that we did want to let them know that they're not alone and there is coping mechanisms, and we are more than available during this time during this project to actually be reached out to in case somebody does need some help with coping mechanisms, as far as, you know, coming to this awakening of like, oh, you know, yeah, it hits hard and it hurts and it does it over
Yeah,
and over again. You know, it's just, it's not it's not an ending. But we are finding, again, like, we don't want to relive the same traumas. And I was talking today about how the old coping mechanisms were like, just drinking alcohol, getting rid of the worries, you know, and we don't want to do that anymore. We actually want to know, like, how do we do this without the alcohol, doctor? Like,
me too.
you know, because I mean,
Me
I don't
too.
drink, but like when I do, I would like to think that like I don't have to do this. You know, I would love to enjoy a drink rather than it be a drink that I'm drinking to, you know, woes my sorrows. So I always have drinks when it's a celebration versus a woes.
Definitely.
Because that, I mean, that personally helps me, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be stuck in all that.
I'm going to read off David's stuff, and then I am going to go over the Sagittarius energy, because the Sagittarius energy interpretation is a little bit shorter than David's, I think. So um, I'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Okay, so getting all my stuff together here.
Yeah,
Get my brain aligned.
I did some not like mantras for him, but like some awareness came to my mind for him, and it was like, I am aware of my restrictions. It said trust someone. It said there's spot openings, I don't know. And healing.
Wait till you do this.
Yeah.
Okay, ready. All right.
Subliminal.
So,
Another one I
so the
had
life
was,
force.
I am healing me. Like, it's time to say this to yourself, David. I am healing me. So
Getting all my stuff together here.
yeah,
Get my brain aligned.
I did some not like mantras for him, but like some awareness came to my mind for him, and it was like, I am aware of my restrictions. It said trust someone. It said there's spot openings, I don't know. And healing.
Wait till you do this.
Yeah.
Okay, ready. All right.
Subliminal.
So,
Another one
so
I
the
had
life
was,
force.
I am healing me. Like, it's time to say this to yourself, David. I am healing me. So
Progress through the physical body. All right, so the life force has a partnership energy to it. So this is a gift from the gods, or metaphorically speaking, it's from chiefs to loyal followers. You are put on notice not to collapse yourself into this union. True partnership is achieved through separate and whole beings whom hold both aspects of their being as separate and whole, even when they unite. This path of partnership can lead you to an even greater union with the higher self and the divine. Realize the divine is in all things. God always enters through equal partnerships, and this signifies the gift of freedom. The spirit builder has a deep understanding of solitude, healing, karma, and spirituality, even at the stage of youth. Brave, generous, enthusiastic, and dominant. He knows exactly what he likes and isn't shy about going out to get it. The awakening of emotion. This is a gateway, a giant, and representative of the Norse god Thor. There is work that needs to be done from within and outside of yourself. There may be a recognition of your readiness to contact the divine, to illuminate your experience so its meaning shines through its form. This energy suggests a form of non-action, and contemplation must take place upon arrival at any divine gateway. You are being confronted with a clear reflection of what is hidden in yourself, what needs to be exposed and examined before right action can be taken. Your ability to wait is strengthened as deep transformational forces are at work. Visualize yourself standing on a hilltop. In front of you is a gateway. Your entire life lies out behind you and below. Before you enter this divine gateway, pause and reflect on the past and everything it took to get you to this point. Observe, be grateful, and release it all. For letting go of the past is what helps you reclaim your power. Steady progress through the physical body, even greater union with the higher self and the divine. Realize the divine is in all things. God always enters through equal partnerships, and this signifies the gift of freedom. The Spirit Builder has a deep understanding of solitude, healing, karma, and spirituality, even at the stage of youth. Brave, generous, enthusiastic, and dominant. He knows exactly what he likes and isn't shy about going out to get it. The awakening of emotion. This is a gateway, a giant, and representative of the Norse god Thor. There is work that needs to be done from within and outside of yourself. There may be a recognition of your readiness to contact the divine, to illuminate your experience so its meaning shines through its form. This energy suggests a form of non-action, and contemplation must take place upon arrival at any divine gateway. You are being confronted with a clear reflection of what is hidden in yourself, what needs to be exposed and examined before right action can be taken. Your ability to wait is strengthened as deep transformational forces are at work. Visualize yourself standing on a hilltop. In front of you is a gateway. Your entire life lies out behind you and below. Before you enter this divine gateway, pause and reflect on the past and everything it took to get you to this point. Observe, be grateful, and release it all. For letting go of the past is what helps you reclaim your power. Steady progress through the physical body,